Boom, 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 chiggity, 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 chanka. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another Manchester United news video for you. It's been a couple of days since we've done one of these, actually, but we're getting back into the swing of things. Just woken up from a nap. I've still got the missus here. Say hello, Nicola. She's just melting over on the bed. But anyway, yeah, we're just here to talk about the latest Manchester United news, all the latest goings on. It's been a reasonably quiet couple of days in regards to Manchester United, but there is a little bit of stuff to get into. So from tomorrow, you should see more Manchester United related videos again, daytime video, an evening video, and we're still doing the FIFA stuff as well. So lots coming on the channel, everyone. But I hope you're all good this evening. Let's see who we've got in here. Marek Stachowski, Active FX, how you doing? Palmerius, big up to Palmerius, man. Scujo1, shout out to that United family as well. Says Ollie in, straight off, kicking it off right. Becky Hope, Berberspin9, what's going on with you guys? Well, hello there. Aaron Homeyard, Alex Todd, Matthew Adateo, Archie, Paul Vanderbeek, Ryan Berberspin9, Joel Street, Michael Martin, Miles & Co, Barbershop TV, The Vutinator, Berberspin, Eddie O2, and everyone else. Thank you so much for stopping by and getting in here with this video. Smash that like button, lads and lasses, and let's get into this. So, I mean, there's been lots of Ollie out stuff over the last week or so, I would say, in regards to Manchester United. Most of it, in my opinion, is just to get clicks. Most of it's just literally to say, oh, Solskjaer's about to get sacked. Let's get a click out of it. Let's make some bloody money. In all my honest opinion, you know, so I haven't really got into it. But obviously, it's still going on in the media right now. They're still portraying this whole situation at the moment as Ollie's close to getting the sack, and Pochettino's next in line. He's already been lined up, and he's coming in. That is what the media is portraying right now, and I just think it's outright disgustingly sick and wrong. I mean, I don't understand what the hell has happened for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go from finishing third with a shit team, and everybody's saying how much of a great job he's done, to us starting the season a little bit ropily with a really bad period over that summer, with players doing all sorts of dodgy things and a few players having to train separately and stuff, and not having much of a pre-season and not actually signing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's proper targets. I don't understand how people were just getting on Ollie out immediately now. I've seen there's so many absolute meltbags on YouTube, on Twitter, who were making these Ollie out propaganda videos. It absolutely sickens me to my very belly hole, my friends. I'm disgusted by the level of coverage of this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation, because he doesn't deserve it, my friends. And what I mean by he doesn't deserve it, he doesn't deserve people questioning his job at this moment in time. What he does deserve is the backing of the fans for finishing third last year with a shit team. What he does deserve is the backing of the board as well in the window, but they didn't do that, repeating the cycle of scapegoating their managers once we got bloody Champions League football. And he certainly does need the love from the fans and the supporters right now, because think about the pressure that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is under at this moment in time. He's obviously lost a couple of games at the start of this campaign for Manchester United in the league. The pressure is already on. There's other teams up there, that even unexpected ones like Everton and stuff like that, which are really going to be making it difficult for United to get into that top four this season. And if that's the yardstick we've got to measure him by, I'm not sure if he can do it. I'm not sure if anybody could get this team to finish top four this season. We shall see. I mean, my opinion has changed. At the start of the season, I thought maybe third, fourth, if they sign the right players, if Jadon comes in, if they get up on McCartney, if they get a centre-back, maybe we could finish top four. But not now. I think fifth is realistic for Manchester United. So you have to understand that along the way of this season, there are going to be some losses here and there, because United just don't have the quality. Now, you can say what you want about the coaching, you can say what you want about the style, but how about the individual errors within this team, which is the real reason United have bottled it in those couple of fixtures, really. Now, if it could be a Slabby Maguire's defensive gashtasticness at the back, it could be that Swedish furniture maker Victor Lindelof being an absolute dwindling melt. It could be that, you know, these are some of the main factors why we indeed did lose those games. Victor Lindelof is pretty much, in my opinion, solely responsible for that loss against Crystal Palace first day of the season. So how the hell can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer do anything about that other than dropping the absolute melt? So this is the thing, and who do we have to come in there? Twantiba was injured. You know, we've got issues at the back for Manchester United, so shipping goals is not going to go away. If you think because Edinson Cavani's coming in the number 7, that United are going to suddenly stop shipping goals at the back, you're off your tree, my friends. You're off your tree, because we are shite at the back. We haven't improved at the back. Yes, we got Tellez, but we haven't actually improved in the positions that were the most gash-tastic, which were the centre-back areas in the team. So if you don't improve in that area, if you don't get a top-quality centre-back in, I mean, look at City. They got 2 in this window. They got Nathan Ake and they got Ruben Dias because they had highlighted an area in their team that was a problem area for them. So they went out there and they did something about it. United have highlighted that same area. We've had that area highlighted in our team as a problem area to sort out since bloody Rio and Vidic left, my friends. Since Rio and Vidic left. So this is nothing new. This is literally a case of, we have had this issue for years. We have tried to get players in that position, and they haven't lived up to it, whether it's an £80 million slab, or Victor Lindelof, or even Bailly's looking like an absolute just loose cannon out there. He's going to get himself injured constantly. Who the hell knows what's going to happen with Eric Bailly? He's an absolute lunatic. So we haven't really got the right players at the back to stop the goals being conceded, I think. Now, you can say what you want. Solskjaer's coaching, the system's got to be better. Yes, I think he's starting to understand maybe what his best system would be at the back there. Who knows, though? It really does depend. I mean, look, he's got fitness concerns. Bailly's out. Twanzibi's constantly in and out the side. Smalling went off to Roma. It's really just Maguire, Bailly, Twanzibi, Lindelof, Mengi. You know, who's he really going to select there that's really going to solidify Manchester United right now? I'd like to see Twanzibi given the opportunity, to be fair, because he's not going to do any worse than those absolute unadulterated meltbags Lindelof and Maguire. So I just wanted to kick this video off by saying, right at the start of this, I think that the whole foundation for, there being any Ole outers is completely wrong. And at the end of the day, they're just sensationalist wankers who are trying to get clicks. It's as simple as that. There's no way anybody in their right mind should be Ole out right now. I'm sorry. Now, you may have that opinion. You may think I'm a complete twat for saying you're wrong. But you are wrong, my friends. How can you say that he needs to be given the sack after 3 games of the bloody Premier League campaign when we finished 3rd last year? It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I just wanted to give you my stance at the start of this video, just to make it very clear to you all that I am 100% Ole in. And obviously we're talking about this topic, but I just want to make sure that you understand that I am 100% Ole in, my friends. Because I think he definitely deserves to be given the time, certainly until the end of the season. Look, you have to reassess the situation. Come the end of the season, if United are 8th, if we're playing uninspired football, if it's just complete crap, if we're losing to teams we should be beating consistently throughout the season, and we are not performing and we're not challenging and we're not living up to what we should be, then okay, you have to reassess the season. You can't just carry on blindly with somebody leading the ship who's not qualified or isn't doing the right job. And I'm not saying he's not doing the right job. He has up to this point. That's what I mean in terms of recruitment and getting players away. He can only do so much with this potato-headed twat Woodward in charge at the helmet at the end of the day. So I think that he is doing what he's supposed to do. But if he doesn't at the end of the season, if we are in a position where it's unacceptable, then you have to obviously make the change. I'm not just being completely ignorant to the fact that United cannot go backwards. We have to completely continue to go forwards, man. At least make those attempts. And if it's going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that's the reason for that, then fair enough. We'll assess that at the end of the season. If his tactical inabilities are the reason Manchester United are losing these games later on in the season, if his selections, if his in-game management is the reason we're losing, then okay. You have to assess it and you have to look at it. But so far, apart from the odd blip here and there, which happens to every single bloody manager ever, even the absolute greatest of all time, nobody is exempt from getting it wrong one day. Nobody is exempt from selecting the wrong team. Nobody is exempt from selecting the wrong side or motivating the team the wrong way or setting them up wrong. It happens to the best managers of all time, whether it's your Peps, your Fergies, everybody. Everybody's had a bad day at the office. So actually, if you look at Solskjaer's win ratio against the top 6 and compare it to some of the great managers of the past, then he's actually doing a really good job. And considering his team isn't to the level that the previous Manchester United teams were, or some of the awesome teams around world football, I'd say he's actually doing a pretty good job with the limited means at his disposal, lads and lasses. So, and people can say he's spent money. He has spent money, but he hasn't spent that much money in terms of Manchester United. He needed more money to spend. We didn't spend the money in this window, and that is what is fundamentally wrong with the start of this season. If we'd have actually got the players in, excuse me, I've got a bit of a wheezing chest at the moment, a little bit unwell still, but if we'd have got the players in at the start of the window that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually wanted, and that would involve going out there and spending the money, then we could properly judge Solskjaer this season on his performance as a manager. Because if we'd had the players in, if they'd had time to have a pre-season, if they'd had time to bed in, settle in, and we actually got the reinforcements we needed in those positions, then you could judge him on this season because we'd be able to see exactly how he would have done. But even now, it's like he's going to be doing it with a set of players which is not up to the job, which has still not addressed the key areas. So he's been set up to fail. He's been set up to fail here by the Glazers and Woodward, in my opinion. Guys, thank you so much for getting in here tonight, by the way. Get your thoughts and opinions in. It's obviously a pretty heated debate. So let's get your thoughts and opinions in. Actually, before we do that, let's just have a little vote. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you are Ollie in. And smash a 2 in the live chat if you are Ollie out. So Ollie in, smash a 1. Ollie out, smash a 2. I just want to see where the general consensus of the fan base is here quickly. So smash a little 1 in the live chat if you are Ollie in. Yes, Jonathan Gallagher, That United Family, Clam J, Becky Hope, Chip Douglas, Kane Harkins, No Salim Baker, Yes Palmerius, Paul Van der Beek, Kyan, well hello there, Raymond Moore, Matthew Adateo, Mike Didden, No Arnest Arrest YouTube. O'Keel Green, That United Family, Anthony Evelyn, Kaiser Soze, No Miles and Co. Barbershop, Yes Ringlora, Yes Alan Brooks, Yes Ryan Thatcher, Yes Bernard Hudson, Yes Butters, Yes Stanley, Yes Dylan Gill, Yes Chamfer Show, Yes Brandon, Yes Scoojo, Yes Gary Finnegan. Nice one. So look at that. I mean, I don't know if it's just this channel and the fact that this channel, I don't know, maybe has, I don't know, let's just say less dicks than other channels, but it seems like most people in this channel seem to think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing a pretty acceptable job, my friends. So, look, he has to have the time in order to do it. Fair enough if he fails, but he hasn't even had the proper time yet. The first season he came and he's just mopping up after that melt Jose. He's playing janitor the first season, you know, that's all he can really do. Second season, he's been given a bit of money, but not all the money that we needed to spend really to address the problems in the team. Those problems remained all throughout the season. We didn't get Bruno Fernandes until the end of Jan. And then we went on a heck of a run and we started unlocking all the defences that we struggled to unlock before that. So you do need to have the right tools. You do need to have the right tools to give him, to be able to do the job properly. And I still feel like we have not done that at all. Nicardo Miller comments, Ollie in. Get in there, Nicardo Miller. Thank you very much for having your say there. Hey, everyone, do us a favour. There's over 100 of you legends watching this video. Smash that thumbs up button if you have not done so already. Leave a little thumbs up on it. That would be epic of you. Thank you very much for you all for getting in and have your say. We have got a bunch of other United news to talk about tonight, but I want to talk about this first in regards to the Ole Gunnar situation. O'Keel Green comments, if Poch comes in, maybe he'd do worse than Ole. So I would say Ole in forever. You make such a great point. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if he does get sacked, it's understood right now that Mauricio Pochettino is favourite to succeed him. He's favourite for the Manchester United job. With all the bookmakers, actually, he is favourite. And I think that's actually pretty dumbfounded or not really got any good foundations there, really. The fact that he's number one. I mean, okay, he did a good job at Spurs. He got them to the Champions League final. He got them consistent. He built a good team. You have to give him credit for that. But ultimately, it all went pear-shaped. It all went downhill at the end. He didn't win any trophies for Spurs with a very, very, very talented side. He also didn't win any trophies at Southampton, although he did build a good side there too before, and he did look good. That's how he got the Spurs job. I'm not doubting he's a good manager. I'm just saying, is he even good enough for Manchester United? In my honest, humble opinion, I don't think that he is. I don't think going from Solskjaer to Poch makes all that much sense. Fair enough if somebody like a Carlo Ancelotti was available at the time, then yes, that might make a little bit of sense to me. But I wouldn't really think that somebody like Pochettino would be the man to come in. Somebody who's disgraced at Spurs. We have to remember Spurs replaced their manager with our ex-manager that we sacked off for doing a shit job. So what does that actually say about Poch at Spurs? Well, they're board, their chairman, Levy, they've also got a lot more faith in Jose Mourinho with his track record of being a winner to actually go and win trophies, even if it's only in the short term, than they do in Pochettino. Somebody was there for 6 years. So when there's somebody there where they had that foundation, ultimately they didn't win that Champions League trophy, they sacked him. And that is largely due to the fact that he's a proven loser. And I don't mean that in any horrible way, I just mean he doesn't win trophies. Whereas Jose, they've got our cannon fodder or our cast off, because he's a proven winner. He wins things. That's what he does. He goes out there and he wins trophies. So that's why they've got him. Ryan Burberspin 9, thank you, my friend. You absolute nutbag with a super chat here. £20 super chat. Thank you so much, Ryan Burberspin 9, man. He comments and says, F the Glazers. Ollie in all the way. Woodward and Judge get lost. Spot on, Ryan Burberspin 9. Thank you so much for the support with the super chat there, dude. You're absolute don. And yeah, this is the thing, like, they have just not backed him properly. If they'd have given the manager what he wanted this season, and actually signed Sancho, signed, I don't know, Upamecano, signed the players that we actually needed, because there were players that we obviously were interested in getting that we just didn't get, such as Jadon Sancho, down to the fact that we were not prepared to spend the money. We would rather spend that money on getting Cavani in and then pocket 100 million, or save that 100 million until much, much, much later when Sancho's valuation is a lot less, so we can just save money. Rather than actually, backing the manager, rather than actually spend the money to have a better team now, they would wait, sign a couple of youngsters, get a over-the-hill big name in to try and sell some shirts and maybe score some goals along the way too. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm just saying it's a negative option. It's a negative alternative compared to Sancho, 20, who could come in and do the bits for us now and give everyone a massive lift. And it's also no replacement for somebody like an Upamecano or somebody like that who could have come in at the back and been so secure. So I totally agree with you, Ryan. Ollie in all the way. It's nothing to do with Ollie. This is all down to the shackles that have been placed upon him by the shite that we have upstairs at our club. The human potato Woody Woodward and his little pet, Matty Judge. It's disgusting, to be fair, guys. So I agree, Ryan Burberspin9. Thank you so much for getting in there with that super chat there, dude. Rushmano, what's going on with you, Matty the Rushmeister? I hope you're all good, dude. Matricio Rushmano, what an absolute legend. Jonathan Gallagher says, people, it took Sir Alex Ferguson a while, and look how good he was. There you go, and even he probably had, I can't think of any off the top of my head. United usually start Premier League campaigns well. But even he had some stinker starts to the season. What about that Southampton one? What about that season where we got dropped by Southampton? And then Alan Hansen was like, you see, Fergie, you never win anything with kids. You never win anything with kids. You know, remember that? Well, he ate those words, didn't he? So it's a marathon, not a sprint. Look at last season. We struggled at the start of last season. We dipped off. We were like 14th, 15th. We ultimately came back and got third, though. So you have to keep the faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let him do his work. Let him do his work. Judge him at the end of the season. That's what I'm going to do. You are not going to hear me. I don't care if we get done 7-0 to Manchester City or lose to Newcastle the next game. You are not going to hear me say Ole out until the end of the season, or until, at least until I would feel it was actually justified. If he's making stupid decisions consistently, if his selections are awful, but then I kind of have sympathy with him, because what's he going to play instead of playing Maguire, who's on £80 million and £200,000 a week? What can he really do? He can't not really play that guy. What's he going to do? Have an £80 million player sitting in the dressing room on the bench or whatnot? Play Ted and Mengi, an 18-year-old lad? I mean, what's that going to do for the vibe of the dressing room? These people are big characters in the dressing room. It's a horrible situation to be in when your star players who are on big money, such as Pogba, such as Maguire, probably have massive influence in the dressing room and are also on huge amounts of money and expected to play. It's a horrible situation to be in for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this. So, you know, and look, some of them are just not pulling their weight right now, whether it's Maguire, Lindelof, and certainly Paul Pogba. These, as individuals, need to wake up and take a look in the mirror. And you can blame Solskjaer for even selecting Pogba, because I do. It's not like he's completely exempt from blame here. He shouldn't have selected Pogba in the last game. We can all agree on that. It's easy to say with hindsight, though. Who knows? He wants to put faith in his star midfielder there, who could go on and have a good game and springboard his season and get that match sharpness back and be the class player that we all think he is, but he's actually not. That's what Solskjaer's thinking was. You can't really blame him for it. But it's obviously not working. He has to change. He has to change what we're doing at United. We have to change the system, maybe. So, yeah, I feel very passionate about it. I don't know. I mean, Ascent says, Pig, is there going to be some FIFA content today? I'm not 100% sure at this moment in time. It's possible. Hey, we've nearly got 150 of you legends watching this video right now. Thank you for giving it a look. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe. If you could give it a share on social media, that would be epic as well. And also smash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can smash 100 likes on the video, everyone. Leave it a little thumbs up if you have not done so. Liam Gaming comments, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a good manager. So far, from what I've seen as United, now I'm not going to comment about Molde, him winning the Norwegian Championship. That's a totally different entity and a totally different animal. Still, it's an achievement, but I'm not going to count that as any sort of accolade. And then equally getting relegated with Cardiff or having getting sacked by Cardiff, I'm not looking at that either, because it's just a completely different animal to managing United. He's had a baptism of fire. He's learnt some stuff the hard way, it seems, in his career, and I'm not against that. I would like my managers to have learnt from some mistakes and had some negative experiences in the past, because that would probably make them a better manager for United. And he's still going to learn on the job and have negative experiences with United where we lose important games, and that's going to happen. It's about how we deal with it. It's about how we change, how we adapt, how we move on, and how we improve. So it's all about progress for me. Did I see progress from the start of last season to the end of last season with Ole at the wheel? Yes, I did. I saw massive progress from the start of the season to the end of the season with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the wheel. We're talking about player development, players looking like totally different players compared to the season before under Jose, whether it's Tony, whether it's Luke Shaw, loads of players, development of the new signings going well, people like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, developing of the young players like Brandon, like Greenwood. It was all going very well for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Plus, we got third. So we did a very good job in my eyes, and that's what I'm basing it on. Now, I will also base this season on what happens come the end of the season. So if we're 10th at the end of the season and we've been playing gash football, then of course I'm going to have to say, look, Solskjaer, you're probably not the right man for the job. Because ultimately this team, even though in my opinion it's only probably the fifth best squad in the league right now, if you actually look at what the other teams have done and who's strengthened and how and what managers they have and all that sort of stuff, you have to factor that in. I think we've probably got the fifth best squad in the league right now. So how can you expect Solskjaer to really go on and achieve more than that? We did that last year as well, but it's unlikely. So if we did indeed get fifth, as long as the style was coming along, as long as the play was improving, as long as the players were developing, as long as the signings were looking good and were coming on nicely, then I would say that Solskjaer deserves more time even finishing fifth in the league. Now, a lot of you will probably disagree with that and think United need to be pushing on and need to be challenging for the title. How can we do that when the board are not backing him in order to do so? Fair enough if the board back him to challenge for the title. If they spent the money on Sancho and Upamecano, you got these players in, then that's all on Ole then. But they didn't. They didn't. We still got the cash players at the back who are literally slapping it up for us. We still have that £80 million brick of concrete at the back there doing absolutely nothing, falling to pieces out there. We still have the Swedish meatball seller, Victor, at the back there, who, you know, to be honest with you, I'd rather have a parked Volvo out there on the pitch just doing nothing. Because at least it's bigger, at least it's cumbersome, at least it might block something. Whereas Lindelof doesn't really do that. He just sort of fannies around and gives errors away. So I've had enough of that backline pairing. Bailly's a madman too. He's a lunatic as well. So he's not exactly filling me with confidence out there. I say we just go to Antibie and Mengi, guys. I know Solskjaer's not going to do that for the reasons that I mentioned. That Solskjaer is on, he's in a tricky situation. He's got players who are on massive money, who are big names and big players in the dressing room, who he can't just bench for an 18-year-old lad. So he's in a massively difficult situation. Or maybe he can, but maybe that's what he should do. John Anderson says, Pig, it isn't last year, mate. The form is gone for good. Geesh. That's the thing about form, though, John Anderson. It doesn't go for good. It doesn't go for good. Form, that's what it's all about. It's what form are you in? How are you doing? And to be fair, yes, right now we're in bad form. But last season we were in good form. Towards the very end of the season, we started dipping into bad form again. But for a long period of time, 3-4 months after lockdown, we were smashing it, my friend, and we were in great form, and we were scoring lovely goals, and the players were coming on nicely. So I hear you, John. We're not in good form right now, but that form will come back. If you put the faith in Ole, given the time, I hope we come out and we absolutely blitz Newcastle United, get a little bit of confidence. The players getting hopefully a little bit of match sharpness, conditioning back. They've just had international break, so some of them are playing for their countries. It probably came at the right time for us to allow Solskjaer a little break, work on some things, and hopefully we'll come back a little bit stronger. But that Newcastle game, we've got to absolutely smash them. But once we do, hopefully we can get into a good bit of form again. That's it with form. It's about confidence. It's about getting that winning mentality, which we just don't have right now. Talk MU, what's going on, Talk MU? Thank you very much for stopping by and getting in. It says, I agree to a certain extent, Mark. Sadek Rama says, yes, I think the board will sack Ole in November. This is the thing. There's such a good possibility that they will sack him this season. This is our board we're talking about, and they will want a fall guy. They'll want a scapegoat. They'll want somebody to put the blame on and obviously send off, and then hopefully get somebody else in, appease some of the fan base who are somehow thinking that it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that's responsible for this massive mess at United, when in fact it's the owners and the leadership and Woodward and co who are the major problems at United. Of course, the manager has a big impact on what goes on out there on the pitch, and United's team is good enough to beat teams like Crystal Palace right now. So if we got some stuff wrong, we haven't prepared well for this season. But then Sir Alex's sides were good enough to beat a lot of the teams we lost against then too, but we didn't. Sometimes managers get it wrong. Nobody's perfect. So that's what's really, I find really quite annoying about some football fans or some United fans, is that they don't understand. They think if United loses a game, I hate to burst your bubble, guys. United is not the absolute oiled machine that we were under Sir Alex Ferguson anymore. We're like, what are we, the fifth best team in the bloody country right now? It's become a bit of a joke. So we need to understand that we're not a well-oiled winning machine right now. And in order to get back there, it's going to take a lot of time and probably a lot of shite results and a lot of work and a lot of belief and a lot of patience. Patience is the word of the day, my friend. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs a little bit of patience, yeah. Anyway, nice one. Eddie O2, what's going on with you, bro? Good to see you, man. What's his comment say? Wait a sec. Where has it gone? Eddie O2, fair point, but Ole now has to use the stars he has to make the next step. Bruno is good and Maguire is Ole's top signing, LOL. I mean, you make a good point. The thing is with Maguire, though, guys, like, how can you really foresee that? If you look at the season he had at Leicester before we signed him, he had a great season if you look at how he did for England. He was having a great time for England. We weren't to know that it would just be a complete slabby Maguire curse. What is the reason these players don't perform when they come into United? Whether it's your Sanchez's or your Mkhitaryan's or your Maguire's or whoever. It just doesn't seem to work out for most players who come into the football club. Bruno, it has done. Maybe it's just about having the right characters, the right fit, because United is a team that's scratching around for leaders right now. We're desperate for leaders. We don't have enough leaders. We were hoping Maguire was going to be one of those, but I don't think he really is. And I'm not talking about his off-the-field antics. I mean, on the pitch, some of the stuff that we've seen recently from him, you just think that's not the behaviour of a captain. And some of the performances he's been put in there, not good enough for a captain. So, I mean, look, you are right. I mean, he's an £80 million slab of meat at the end of the day who should be doing a lot better, and he's not. And he's on his signing, and Ole's got to put his hands up for that, really. He's got to try and get the best out of him as well, because, like I say, he's going to get played. Daz Reynolds, what's going on? Says Evening Pig. Hello there. Dominic Rastafari, what's going on, Dominic? Ryan Thatcher says, O'Kill, you said the same thing 20 times, pal. Anyway, thank you guys for getting in here. I can see there's almost 200 of you legends. Do us a favour, smash that thumbs up button, leave a like on the video, lads and lasses. That'll help boost us up and help us compete with some of the bigger clickbaity, aforementioned clickbait gastastic channels we mentioned. So please do leave a thumbs up on it, give it a like, give it a share if you can. The Vutinator says, Slabhead will come good, I believe. Well, I like your optimism there, the Vutinator. I really do. I think that I've just had enough of waiting for players to come good at Manchester United. I've had enough. I'm happy to give certain players time, but certain players, they've just had too much time for me. Slabby Maguire being one of them, Victor Lindelof being another one. I've seen way too many games for Victor Lindelof now to think that he's ever going to change. He's not going to change. He's just not good enough. He makes errors too often. Way too often. You can't be doing that as a United centre-back. You're just going to give games away needlessly. That's what he does. He's a liability. He's basically the Swedish Phil Jones, you know. He's like a slightly more handsome, less gurning version of Phil Jones. That's pretty much what he is. You know, Harry Maguire's Phil Jones 2.0 with the extra added head, 30% extra head. With a bit less gurn, and Victor Lindelof's like the Swedish version, you know, a little bit sharper, a little bit leaner, a little bit more Swedish looking. But ultimately, still a complete massive melt at the back. If you need a complete melt job, then Victor Lindelof, Phil Jones 3.0 is definitely your go-to. So, yeah, he's not done a good enough job for me. These guys, I'm sorry, I'm sick of waiting there for them to come good. Harry Maguire, no. Paul Pogba, do one, Paul, as far as I'm concerned. Paul Pogba can do one from this football club. If we can generate any cash to put towards Sancho or put towards Upamecano or put towards any player that might actually benefit this team, then I say we should do it, my friends. Where do you think on that? What do you stand on that one? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would like to see Paul Pogba sold. Because the facts are he hasn't really done it for United. He might be doing it for France. He might have done it for Juventus. I don't care about France and Juventus. I care about United. And in a United shirt, he's never lived up to it consistently for me. He might have one sparkling game here or there, but so does everybody. The guy's just bang averagely shite, man. You know, like literally him and Anderson. I would have probably rather have had Anderson over the period that Anderson was at Manchester United and his contribution that he had to the club. I think I'd rather Anderson's contribution than Paul Pogba's. Sorry to say that, but I just think Paul Pogba's been very gash for Manchester United over the years. Look at all these ones coming in the live chat. There's a couple of twos. Ryan Thatcher says no. The real baby Mikey says yes. Michael Fletcher says yes. The Big Fish says yes. Heiko, how you doing, Heiko? Atrex says depends if he wants to stay. Well, that's the thing about Paul Pogba. Let's get into Paul Pogba a little bit then, guys. Because Paul Pogba came out the other day. Obviously, I haven't done a video on this since. But Paul... Oh, I can't remember if I did actually. But either Paul Pogba came out the other day and pretty much said, he actually hinted that it's a dream to play for Real Madrid one day, and if anybody ever came in for him, it's something that they'd have to consider because it would be a dream move for any footballer. Screw you, Paul Pogba! Who do you think you are? You don't say shite like that when you're representing Manchester United, my friend. It's a dream to play and stay at Manchester United, you melt. So to be honest with you, I just thought, if he's saying stuff like that, and he's coming out in the media and saying that, oh, it's a dream to play for Madrid, go and join that bald monk twat Zinedine then. Please, do it. Because we don't want you he's not even a twat, I'm just saying. Go and join him then. Go and join your countrymen over at Real Madrid then, my friend, because we don't want you anymore. I'm sorry, he's not been good enough, has he? So if a deal was to be possibly made, then I would suggest that we accept that deal, whatever the deal was, in all honesty, because I just think he's a bad egg. Now, whether he's a bad egg in the influence department, behind the scenes, I don't know. I just mean he's a bad egg out there on the pitch for United. He doesn't try hard enough. He's not committed. He lets his head go. He doesn't have the character. He doesn't have the leadership. Basically, what I'm saying is, unless he's playing with a team of absolute stars, probably against lesser opposition, he's an absolute unadulterated meltbag for United. So why the hell are we sticking with this guy when we could quite easily cash in and go and get two players who would benefit United more in different positions? 100%. Absolutely could have done that. So to me, yeah, he's had his time at United. He's proven to be shit. He's proven to be shit. As much as I wanted him to turn the corner and be an awesome player, it's not ever going to happen, I don't think. He's just not the right fit. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Dan Lake comments, Pig, if Poch in, will we sack him in 18 months because he doesn't get backed? Back to square one. Yes, Dan. Yes, Dan, we will sack him in 18 months or a year or 2 years or 3 years. Whatever it is, we will sack him again because we are repeating this cycle of not actually giving managers time, of not having the faith in them. And we saw that with Jose. Now, Jose actually did have a good bit of time. Remember, he got sacked in his third full season. And you have to remember, he spent hundreds of millions of pounds on players as well. But ultimately, in that final season, when he needed backing most, when we got second in the league, when we were making progress, ultimately they did not back him. They did not back him. They didn't give him the centre-back that he was desperately needing. He said so much himself in the media, and that started the downfall. But yes, and then they sacked Jose. If Jose can get sacked in that situation, one of the biggest name managers, one of the most successful managers, one of the best CVs, one of the best successful records at United, actually, when you actually think about it. Like in recent times, the first season he was here, he won us 3 trophies. Now, they may be shit trophies, but they're still trophies. The second season, we finished second. That's such a massive improvement. Now, it may have been drab football, but ultimately, he improved us. Now, we did start the next season rubbishly, but that's because probably we were not set up. We were set up to fail again. They didn't back Jose. They didn't get who he wanted. Now, in hindsight, I'm glad we changed because I like the style of progression that has taken place since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come in. I like the fact we've blooded more youngsters and we've had players like Greenwood burst on the scene. I just like it. I like it's more the United way of what we're trying to do right now. But certainly, if Jose Mourinho can be sacked in that situation, then you just watch Ole Gunnar this season. Unless he's absolutely faultless, unless he pretty much has a flawless run now, we beat Newcastle, we go on and we get results unexpectedly, really, you have to say at this time, against the other big teams that we're coming up against throughout October, then it's going to be so much pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's shoulders, and he probably will be in line for the sack somewhere close to Christmas time, my friends, because that's how I feel about our board. I don't feel like they will back Solskjaer. I don't feel like they are looking at the long picture here, because if they were looking at the long picture, they'd assign Sancho as opposed to Cavani. They're just thinking about the short term. That's all they ever do, these twats. So if they were thinking about the big picture, they'd understand that it's going to take time. We have to plant seeds for the future. I like what they've done with signing a lot of these really good, talented young players, 15, 16, 17-year-olds from around the continent and getting them in there. But that's not going to help us for years. But that's part of the longer picture. It's part of the plan. Get these players in. And also what we need to do is allow Solskjaer to build a team. Now, okay, if the transfer is not available in that window, you can't get a player who's not available or who's too much money. So maybe you get him in the next transfer window, but you've got to back the manager. You have to spend the money. You have to make constant steps to try and actually improve the team. Otherwise, you're just going to go backwards, my friends. But that's probably what they want to do. They probably didn't want to spend the money. They'd rather pocket the money. They'd rather get another yes man in, like Mauricio Pochettino. And you have to ask yourself, why is Mauricio Pochettino even number one? Why is he favourite with the bookies? Why is that? Why is that? What's he won? No, I think it's because he's probably the biggest yes man that there is out there. He's probably the biggest bloody yes man that they can get. They just want a yes man. They want somebody to come in for a couple of years, oversee the reins while Woodward stirs the pot at the top there, And that's all they really want. They don't want somebody who's going to ruffle feathers. They didn't even want. That's why they sacked Jose in the end. Probably half of it down to football, but half of it down to the fact that he started to ruffle some feathers and make his discontent known in the media. Now Solskjaer's not that type of bloke. He loves United too much. It's not even going to help his situation at all if he says stuff like that. So you can say that about Solskjaer too. And I will say that. He's not. He can't really come out and say, do you know what? It's down to the ownership of this football club. It's our owners. It's Woodward. They didn't get me my players. They didn't get the players. So if you wonder why we're not challenging for the title come Christmas, then it's down to them. If he said that, do you know what they're going to do? They're going to sack him. And that's not the best thing for the football club, certainly not in Solskjaer's mind, because he's actually made progress with this team. He's actually planting seeds and trying to make some achievements and do some things, guys. John Anderson, thank you so much for the super chat here, John. He comments, Coach Woodward, anyone? Oh my God, I couldn't think of anything more horrible. Can you imagine that if it was announced? Ed Woodward calls a press conference. I hate to tell you guys, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been let go. And as the new manager, we've decided something a little bit radical, something a little bit different. Now, I was so successful in my banking career, I think I can apply that to football management now. So I'm going to be the new manager of Manchester United. Can you imagine that? I think everyone would absolute mutiny. I think it would be a mutiny on the bound, my friend, if that happened. DJ Sandro says, get Giggsy into end of the season. Mate, fair play. I mean, look, Giggsy, I don't know about Giggsy, guys. Now, you can't go from Solskjaer to Giggsy, can you? You can't go from Solskjaer to Giggsy. You can't go from the baby-faced assassin to Ryan Giggsy, in my opinion, now. Is that the good look for Manchester United? I don't know. Giggsy's one of the all-time greats. I don't even want to get into his personal life. It's got nothing to do with football whatsoever. But he's not really achieved anything either. It'd be like kind of going from one Ollie to another. Like, yeah, okay, Ryan Giggsy's managed Wales for a bit. Done all right with them. But he's not really qualified to do the job either. Just because he's Mr. Manchester United as a player doesn't mean he's any more likely to get the team performing compared to Solskjaer. So actually, I think that would be the wrong appointment. I think what would make more sense is to go with somebody with more managerial experience. Pochettino makes more sense than Giggsy to me. And I don't want Poch. John Latten says, Giggs should be in prison. You what? John Anderson says, I heard Scholes took a job too. Yes, we'll get onto that in a moment. Actually, I've got some more United news. Anthony McAllister says, Ollie should be doing the honourable thing and step down as manager. Don't let the board's ineptness be his fault. His staying will not solve the problem. Just my opinion. It's a very good point you make, Anthony. If Solskjaer did step down now and do a big expose, a big interview and say, look, my position was made untenable, really. If they want to put me in a pressure cooker environment, they've got to give me the right ingredients to be able to cook. Because unfortunately, they set me up to fail at United, and I'm not. I disagree with it. I am a fan of United, and I want United to be given all of the right tools, and they're not doing that. My job became untenable. I can't continue in this fashion, so I'm having to leave. And I just want to highlight the fact that our club is so ill-run that they won't even back a manager who's got them third and done very well. If he'd actually come out and say that, he would be an ultimate legend, wouldn't he? But he would be leaving United, a club that he loves, pretty much in shit creek there. He'd also lose one of the best coaching opportunities, probably the best coaching opportunities he's ever going to have, which I know that's not, I don't think money or prestige or anything like that is his motivation. I think his motivation is, and this is the real reason why he's not done that, he wants to get United back to where they should be. And he thinks that he can do it. Now, whether he's ill-minded or ill-guided on thinking that is another question, but certainly that's where I think his head is at. He's thinking, I know what to do to get this United side back to where they need to be, and he might think he's the best place to do so. So there you go. Maybe you could call it an arrogance or whatever you want to call it, but I think that's probably the main reason. The reason he wants to stay at United is because he thinks he can actually improve them and get them better. James says, we are in shit street. You're right about that one. Vincent Bullock comments, what if they sack Ollie at Christmas? Carrick to come temporary manager. Oh my God, can you imagine it? Yeah. Look, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Solskjaer needs to get himself up the table here. He needs to win games. I mean, I'll get his next couple of fixtures up, his bunch of fixtures up. And they're not easy at all, guys. Like, United are going to have to seriously do some bits in order to get any points out of them. So let's have a look at our October fixtures. And what I will do is I'll just ask you for how many points you think we're going to get. But let me just clarify which games we're talking about here. Because They're very, very difficult fixtures we've got coming up. Let's have a look. So the next game, obviously, we do have Newcastle United coming up in the Premier League. Then we got a Champions League game against PSG, so we won't count that. Then we got Chelsea coming up on Saturday the 24th, right? So that's going to be a very, very difficult game. Chelsea at home, really difficult. They've signed a lot of players. We'll see what happens. We've got Newcastle away first. We've got to batter them. We have to get the 3 points in that game because after the Chelsea game, in the 1st of November, we have Arsenal, which is going to be difficult the way they're playing. Then we have that Istanbul game in the Champions League, difficult game. Then we have Everton away. Okay, so just there. Let's stop there because after that, the fixtures, West Brom, Southampton, let's stop there. So let's take those 4 league games. The next 4 league games we've got coming up are Everton away, Arsenal at home. We've got Newcastle away and Chelsea at home. 4 games, 3 of which are very tough games, really. The Newcastle game, we should hopefully get the 3 points. Arsenal, Everton at the moment with what they're doing and how they're looking. And, of course, Chelsea, they're tough games. How many points, guys, do you think we're going to get from those 4 games? So a possible 12 points. You know, I think we would be foolish to think we're going to get more than 6. I'm going to go with 6. I think 6. I think we could beat Newcastle. And I think we'll get an upset in one of the other games. I think we might get an upset in one of the other games, whether it's Everton, Chelsea, maybe. You know, Fat Frank, we bashed them up 3 times last year, Solskjaer did. People forget that too. People forget that Solskjaer absolutely rammed Chelsea last season 3 times. So, yeah, look at that. We've got a lot of comments coming in here. John Latten says 4. Black Pine says 4 points max. Chip Douglas says 2. Vincent Bullock, I love your positivity. He says 12 points. Ryan Thatcher likewise says 10. Gary Walker says 3. Hayden Alessandro says 4. So most people think we're going to draw a game and win a game and then lose the other 2, which you have to say is kind of realistic. Matt Rush agrees with me on 6 points, thinks we're going to win 2 of them and lose 2 of them. That's kind of what I think. And it's just realistic to think that. There's no point to think that we could get any more than those. Heiko says 9 points max. Yeah, I mean, I'd take 9 points all day long from that, Heiko. Like, if those 4 games, if we could get 9 points from that, I consider that a massive win. And if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer managed to do that for us, that would be a massive win as well. There's over 200 of you legends tuning in right now, lads and lasses. Thank you very much for joining me on tonight's show. We are going to be bringing these Manchester United news videos back daily. Just over the weekend, we had a little bit of a break, played a bit of FIFA and stuff like that, but we are bringing these shows back daily. So smash that like button on the video if you're enjoying the show and if you're enjoying getting involved with this awesome community of legends in the live chat. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. John Schwartz, what's going on, John Schwartz? He says, I think we got at Newcastle. What does that mean? Anyway, yeah, very 0-0 at Newcastle, yes. Well, that would be filth. It would be very unfortunate for United to not get the 3 points against Newcastle. That's the must-win of them all, really, because that is the game we should be able to get the better of them in. Whereas Chelsea, with what they've spent, who knows really how good they're going to be. It could still be a case of they're not 100% gelled, you know. If you actually look at the league table, I mean, it's not like any of these teams have started faultlessly at all. They haven't started faultlessly, so apart from Everton, really. But if we look at the teams we've got coming up, so of course we have in the next game Newcastle United. Now Newcastle are currently in 9th. United are in 16th, by the way, but we've got a game in hand. So Newcastle are in 9th. They've played 4, they've won 2, they've drawn 1, they've lost 1. So they're actually in a good bit of form. Newcastle, they've drawn 1, lost 1, and won 2. In doing so, they've actually scored 6. They conceded 5, goal difference of 1. So they're actually doing all right. That's probably not a very easy game for United right now. Basing it on form, going into Newcastle away from home at St James's Park, based on form, it's not looking good for United on that one. So we've got to get the 3 points in that one. Chelsea, though, you know, Chelsea's 7th in the league at the moment. They've played 4, they've won 2, they've drawn 1, they've lost 1, they've scored 10, they've conceded 6. So, you know, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. Arsenal are doing better. They've won 3 out of 4. They've lost 1. So they actually had a pretty good start to the season. We all know that Arsenal are looking much better at the moment. Fair play to Arteta. They are looking much better. So that's going to be a very difficult game as well. And then the Everton game, actually, you know, because they've won 4 out of 4. You know what? This is shit. We're coming up against some really decently informed teams right now over the next month, and United have to smash up Newcastle. That's the key. If we smash Newcastle to pieces, we should hopefully get a little bit of confidence. It will take a little bit of the pressure off going into some of those bigger games, whereas, you know, like a draw suddenly becomes a good result. Like if you get a draw against Chelsea, we'll take that all day long, but if you lose to Newcastle, puts immense pressure on the other games, doesn't it? Legends. Right then, okay then, you bloody legends. Thank you everyone for getting in here with your votes and stuff on the points there. Genesis Music thinks we're going to get 9. Thank you very, very much for that. Hey, She Devils United, what's going on? Shout out to you and your channel there. It says, Ollie in. Yes, that's what I like to hear there, She Devils United. Absolutely. I can't stand Ollie Outers, to be fair, but, you know, each to their own. I have said this before, like, I'm not having a go at you in the sense that I think you're a disgusting human being or anything. If you think that Ollie should be out, that's just your opinion. That's what football is all about. I personally just cannot see how anybody at this stage can arrive at that opinion so soon. But that's just my opinion. Again, just as you're entitled to yours, and I won't ever berate you for having your opinion. Apart from I might call you a bit of a knob, but that's entirely up to, you know. Yeah, but that's okay. Maybe I will berate you a little bit, but either way, you can berate me too for my opinion. That's fine. But I just do not get how people can arrive at Ollie out at this moment in time. Ryan Thatcher says FIFA tonight, pig. O'Keel Green says FIFA 21 stream later, pig. You know what? I'm not 100% sure yet, guys. I'd love to tell you yes, but keep a lookout around about midnight on the channel. You never know. You never know. The pig's got some correspondence to catch up on. Now, if I can do this, I may well be coming on the channel later to do another stream. It might be an Ultimate Team Manchester United series. I'm thinking about doing an Ultimate Team United series. Well, effectively, my ultimate goal is to build the best possible United Ultimate Team, like with Kino, icons, and, you know, Cantona and shit like that. And it could be pretty epic. Anyway, Andrikos, what's going on? Andrikos comments, Ollie was one of the best managers last season. Absolutely, Andrikos, totally. And if you look at his record against the Big Six as well, compared to Pochettino's record against the Big Six, it's night and day. Ollie's got a fantastic record against the Big Six. I think he shone Pep Guardiola's bald head last season. He battered Jose Mourinho down. He smashed up Fat Frank Lampard a few times. Ollie's record against the Big Six last season was brilliant. You compare that same record of Mauricio Pochettino's against the top six at his time as manager, and okay, there's much more time to base it on, but he does shite, my friends. He does shite against the Big Six. Now, what does that tell you? Tells you maybe Ollie's got more tactical astuteness than you give him credit for. Heiko Firestorm Tiger, he says, realistically, hashtag Ollie on the fence. Oh, no. Dan Nate says most of the pig community are Ollie in. Absolutely, rightfully so. It makes no sense to be Ollie out right now. Edward Lamptey's Ollie out, though. Ollie in comments, if he gets fired, I hope he gives a tell-all interview. Would be interesting. So do I. Expose those spineless glazers for what they are. Black Pine comments, lost to PSG, Chelsea, Arsenal and Everton puts us where in the table? Ollie has a good record against big teams, but that was last year. So fair comment, we've not started this season well at all. We've got very tricky games coming up. Hey, look, you're right. If we lose to Chelsea, Arsenal and Everton, then probably we'll be in the relegation zone, my friend, I'd imagine. No joke. If we don't get results in any of those games, we'll probably be in the relegation zone. I do have FIFA 20. Yes, I do actually, O'Keel, but I'm playing on FIFA 21 at the moment. Scott Kent says, evening Pigster. Scotty the Red Devil, hit the like button, Pigsters. Thank you so much, Scott Kent, for that, matey. Good to see you. Yeah, smash a like on the video if you haven't done so already. That'll help us out immensely. Thank you, everyone who does that. We have got more United news, actually. I just wanted to read a bunch of your comments out about Ollie. Ben Firth says, Ollie out. Billy Ellingworth says, Ever is Ollie out. You what? Ever's not Ollie out. Andy1753 says, Ollie is in. Ollie in. Jonathan Gallagher says, how can you be Ollie out? Don't know. Edward Lamptey says, why are we talking about last season? What are we doing now, blood? Hashtag Ollie out. We've only started this season. We've only played 3 games, dude. So there's no point panicking about this. I mean, this time last season, we were having a nightmare too, but we went on to finish third. Andrikos says, we are a few games into the season and people shit in the bed already. Exactly. Would these same people, if we'd have won those first 3 games, would they be saying we could win the league? They probably would, bunch of melts. Anyway, Charlie MUFC 1965 says, to all the Ollie out, sticks one of those up. Nice one, Charlie. 8563 Robbie says, I can't see you guys beating Newcastle. That's how bad things are. Well, they're in a decent run of form. United are not looking good, so I hear you on that one a little bit. It's a bit worrying. Tatenda Makambarenga comments, please answer me. Is Pochettino going to be United manager? Well, I have to sadly say that I believe that if Solskjaer was sacked later on in this season, then Pochettino probably would be the man they would appoint. Yes. So I have to say that I don't think he's the right man for the job. I don't think he's earned the job in terms of his previous credentials and competitions that he's won. He doesn't seem like a winner to me. But yeah, he's probably the next in line yes man to take over from Ole and say yes for the Glazers. That's probably all it is. Scott Gator says Glazers out. Absolutely. Everybody spam hashtag Glazers out in the live chat. And also spam hashtag Ole in. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Ole in. That's what we need right now. Dominic Rastafari says Ole needs to be the boss and drop Pogba and Maguire. I totally agree with you. He needs to show a little bit of cojones on that one and drop them, even if they are on big money, even if they are big influencers in the dressing room. Hey, Ice Queen Gaming, have a great evening. Thank you so much. Says she's off to have some sleep. Thank you so much for that, Ice Queen Gaming. Really appreciate you watching all this time and being a long-time member. Jack Kernock in the gaff says, did you see my message pic? I didn't, Jack. Can you write it again, please, matey? Palmarius says, it's not that I think Ollie's doing a good job, it's that I don't think anyone can do any better with this board and negotiation team, Pig. Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. Any manager you had coming in, they could say, yes, I want you to go out there and get Jadon Sancho. It's still not going to enable us to go out there and get Jadon Sancho, though, because of our shite board and crappy Woodward potato-headed Melt, who was the chief executive, and our recruitment team, Matt Judge, another little puppet for the Glazers. It's pathetic. Hey, Pink Jelly Bean, what's going on? Comments, 100% Ollie in. Love your flying pig, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you so much for that, Pink Jelly Bean. Thank you for getting in here. Good to see you. Thanks for making yourself known on the Ollie in front as well. Good to hear. John Schwartz comments, Glazers out, Pogba out, Ollie in. Good man. Johannes Garda Santosa, love the name, comments, I need teamwork. Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Teamwork makes the dream work, but unfortunately United, we're just not a very good team at the moment. That is another thing. Like, Solskjaer has to also work with the team that we got. It's not like he's going to be completely free of blame this season. We've got Martial, we've got Rashford, we've got Bruno, we've got Pogba, we've got Maguire. I mean, forget I said that, actually. But it's his job to get the best out of the players that we do have. It's his job to get them performing. It's his job to get the system working. So just because we don't have the tools in certain areas, like just because we didn't get Sancho and just because we didn't get a top quality centre back that we need, it still doesn't excuse him from bad results. We have to achieve what we should achieve this season, which in my opinion is a 4th or a 5th place finish. So as long as he gets us that, I'll be pretty happy, really. And I know that's terrible. What a shit attitude to have as a United fan. But I'm just a realist, guys. I'm trying to say how it is. I don't think this squad's good enough to finish in the top 4. Let's have a vote on that one, guys. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that this squad is good enough to finish in the top 4. Never mind the manager, okay? Just look at the other squads that are challenging for the title and tell me if this United squad, with the back line, with everything in there, is good enough to get top 4. Now, some of you may think it is, but smash a 1 if you think that it is. Yep, Debbie says 1 if the players perform. Kenny says not good enough. Jonathan says 1, just about 4th. She Devils United says 2, no, not good enough. John Anderson says no, not good enough. Exclusive says no. Tando Mancha says 1, yes. John Schwartz says no. Adovit says 1, barely. So that's the thing, really, barely. Like, if we are going to get top 4, it's probably 4th. You know what I mean? John Anderson says no. Stenko Dads with the 1. Rushmano says no. John Natton says no. Vincent Bullock says no. Gary Walker says yes. Edward Lamptey says hashtag Ollie out. Kingdom Khan Captain says 1. Scoojo 1. Yeah, look, it's a little bit mixed, but I do think that the majority of people think that even if we did have a top class big named manager like everybody wants or says that we need, we probably still would struggle to get top 4 this season because we are lacking in certain key areas. I think if you look at the back line, that's going to always be a problem area for us. It doesn't matter we've got all the greatest or some of the greatest young talents in attacking football in the game right now, and players like Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, etc. Bruno's brilliant. When you're shipping goals, Bruno was understood to have had it out with Harry Maguire the other day, when Harry Maguire had an absolute nightmare at half-time, obviously, and Solskjaer took Bruno off at half-time. That's because Bruno's saying to Harry Maguire, you're an absolute humiliation, bro. You're the captain of this club and you're making shite errors like that. You're a disgrace, son. And he's absolutely bloody right. So those errors aren't going anywhere. I don't see how those problems at the back are going to go anywhere. Nice one. MUSC fan comments, you fools. We already had top famous managers in Jose and LVG. Exactly. We tried that. We tried that tested method. We got LVG in. You know, I guess he did okay in the terms of he won us an FA Cup, but the style of football was awful. We didn't back him properly either, but he still spent money, I guess. He still spent a lot of money and got rid of some players we probably shouldn't have got rid of. I just don't like the whole overall overhaul that Louis van Gaal did at United. It was crap. It didn't work. Giving players like Donald Love an opportunity and stuff like that. You know, there's trying to bud the youth, and then there's just being an absolute melt. And that's what he generally was, to be fair. And then what about, of course, Jose Mourinho? Look, he did really well first season, did well second season, but the style was gash. It ultimately didn't work out. He ruffled the players' feathers. It wasn't a good style of football or management for United and this squad, and it ultimately all ended in tears as well. So why is it wrong to go about it in a different way? I totally agree. Those big-name managers, they're no better. They're no better for this football club. We need somebody who knows a little bit more, about this club and a little bit more about how it operates. Francois Coq, what's going on, Francois Coq? How are you doing? One of the newest channel members, you legend. Michael Fletcher, one of the oldest channel members, comments, LVG football was amazing, just shit players to do it. Go back and watch the highlights. Dude, man, those were some, the highlights might be okay, but the actual rest of it, my God, that was drab. The amount of sideways, passy crap football that was on display, my days, those were some depressing days. Those were some depressing days watching those Louis van Gaal performances, in all honesty. Jack Kernock says, Woodward and Glazers out before Ole. They're the main issue, is they didn't give Ole the players he wanted. Can't tell me Cavani is an Ole signing. He's definitely not an Ole signing. There's no way Solskjaer would have signed off on that or had him at the top of the list at the start of the transfer window. That's an end of the transfer window panic jobby, that is, if I ever seen one. Thank you so much, Dan Lake. He says, subscribe and smash the like button for the pig. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. If you're new to the show, smash that subscribe, guys. We will be doing these videos every night around about 9:30. Manchester United news videos. And also, maybe some in the day as well at the moment as well. Whenever there's breaking news, obviously, definitely when there's breaking news, we'll be getting on that. So if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. So, yes, Pochettino is favourite to take over from Solskjaer with the bookies at the moment. Let's get into some of the other news to do with Manchester United quickly then, before we get back into the comment section. But it's understood that Man United are interested in Camavinga, the French wonder kid Camavinga, who we actually signed on FIFA career mode. He's 17 years of age. I don't know if you saw that goal that he scored the other day for France, but it was pretty tasty, my friends, pretty tasty. And he's one of the hottest prospects in League One. He's supposed to be like the future Pogba, which might not be the best player that Manchester United should be looking aside, but maybe he's a little bit more defensive-minded than Pogba. But they've got similar sort of statures, and he's just supposed to be, you know, the future Paul Pogba. So it's a player that United should absolutely go and be looking at and getting. And it's understood that Pogba is maybe looking at a move away at United again now because of what's been said recently, the fact he has had a poor time at United. The fans have never really warmed to Pogba because he's never really putting in consistent enough performances to really justify the love from the fans consistently enough. And we can't just go on loving players regardless how they perform. They have to do it in the red shirt. And Pogba's just never really lived up to it for me. He had one really good season in my eyes, but the rest of them all very lackluster. And overall, his United career has been a massive disappointment. It's just not fit. It's not been the right fit for Manchester United whatsoever. So it's understood here. There's a reports coming here. It's been reported by Sports Witness, Wales Online, a bunch of other outlets here tonight today that Camavinga we've put a Manchester United AS, it's AS who claim it actually, so take it with a pinch of salt, but put in place a mechanism for the signing of central midfielder Camavinga, who currently plays for Rennes. Zinedine Zidane is thought to have made the young midfielder his top priority for the future, having shelved an attempt to sign him this summer due to the pandemic. AS adds that United are posing a giant threat to Madrid's pursuit. Italian giants Juventus have also been credited with interest in recent days. So there's just a little bit of information here. We don't have much transfer news tonight. It's obviously the transfer window's over, so this was not a transfer news video anyway. But this is just about a little bit of transfer news here, because obviously Paul Pogba linked with Real Madrid. There's some possibility, maybe even Juventus, that he could be leaving at some point in the future, and so maybe United would look to get Camavinga in, 17 years of age. I've only seen a couple of games from him. That goal that he scored the other day was absolutely bloody tasty. Hey lads and lasses, so get in there with your votes. Do you think that Camavinga would be a good signing for Manchester United right now? Smash a yes in the live chat if you think that he would be. Hey, what's going on there, Asan Akhtar? What's going on? One of the legendary channel members as well. He says, Nagelsmann rumours around the net. What's that, dude? Becky Hope, what's going on, Becky? How are you tonight? Great to see you. What's Becky said? She said, back. I feel ill. Got bad headache. My ankle is killing me. Oh, no. Everyone stick a love heart in there for Becky Hope. I hope your ankle feels better. I hope your head feels better too. Thank you so much for getting in here. Debbie Elder says, Woodward getting his PR crap out with players we are interested in. Gash. You're probably right, actually, Debbie. That's it. PR machine at United, linking us with all these players, making it seem like we're actually doing something. You're spot on, Debbie. I like your style. I like your moves. Adovit says, hopefully, he has the talent of Pogba, but not his attitude. There you go. That's the thing. Thing about Pogba is, his attitude stinks. We saw that the other day in the loss against Spurs. His head went. His head's gone. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter, and we need fighters. So I hope he's a fighter if we do get him. Illy United says, Pog virus out from United. Starbug UK comments, I find it disgraceful that so many fans want Solskjaer out. So do I, man. So do I. Absolute sensationalist melts. Impatient melts. They just don't understand what it actually takes to turn around a football club. Look at Liverpool and Klopp, man. If Liverpool didn't, if they didn't back Klopp after the first couple of seasons, they could have easily sacked him after 2 seasons. Then look what they missed out on. So you have to give managers time. I say Solskjaer needs a good few years. He's already had a couple now, but he needs a good few years altogether at least, and we haven't given him that yet. Talk MU comments, Pogba is not suited to the Premier League. Yeah, you're probably right on that one. You are probably right on that one. Why the hell wouldn't he play more games to a higher level if he was? It's something just not quite right. Whether it's the league, whether it's the team, whether it's the fact he doesn't have world-class players around him, which everybody says that he needs, then that might be true. Like I say, you could probably slot him in at Real Madrid. Maybe he'd absolutely boss La Liga. You could put him in Juventus, sure, he smashes up Serie A. But for United, where it counts in the Premier League, he's not good enough. Katie Coveney, how you doing, Katie Coveney? Comments, I agree with Debbie. Player interest just seemed like a smokescreen to hide the issues at the club. Yes, that's very true. Very, very, very good point. I mean, we talked about that all summer long about Manchester United's PR department, the fact that they were just trying to waste time on that Jadon Sancho deal, linking us with every single player this side of the Mississippi, from your Ousmane Dembele's to your, to you freaking whoever's, your wingers, all the wingers that we were linked to, your Kingsley Comans or whoever. There's so many different players we were linked to throughout the summer while they sat around and did sweet FA. They were linked to every single player and they did sweet FA all summer long, man. It was sickening. Dan Lake says FIFA tonight. I'm not 100% sure actually, Dan, but watch later. Come back a bit later on the channel around about midnight to see if there is a FIFA stream. That's all I would say. I'm not trying to annoy anybody with that answer, but I'm just feeling a little bit melted today. Maybe it's time that I had a night off. I don't know. But either way, I might be back, so don't take that as a no. Just have a look around midnight and see if I am on. Thank you, guys. Adam Partridge says, get Pogba out, mate. I do believe that it's time. Nick Claydon comments, a world-class player is supposed to lift the team. Pogba is part-time quality. Sack him off. Agreed, he's not world-class at all. Let's get into the rest of the news then, folks. We've got a little bit of stuff to talk about. Nothing major. I'll just tell you about the latest stuff. So today, this morning, it was announced that, or it's reported by The Athletic, that on deadline day, Everton offered to cover the entirety of Sergio Romero's £100,000 a week wages, as well as a £2 million loan fee to Manchester United. But United wanted to hold out for an £8 million transfer fee. Romero was annoyed at the decision and feels like he should be allowed to leave. So I think that's a bit of a stinker, to be fair, the fact that United didn't let him go, especially when they're agreeing to pay 100% of his wages, and he's been such a good servant to us. And yeah, I get it. I mean, look, the Athletic also went on to say that there were suspicions that MUFC did not want to sell or send Sergio Romero to Everton, as they didn't want to strengthen a team who have started the Premier League season with 4 wins in 4 games, which is a fair point. I mean, look, if they're going to be challenging us this season for those top 4 spots, do we really want to give them a good backup player who might get them a couple of points? It's a fair point, but I personally don't think that's the case. I think if Everton would have coughed up the money, 8 million or whatever, they'd have probably done it. So I don't think that's the real truth. I just think that our board, again, a little bit greedy. We've done the player dirty there. I feel like we've totally done Sergio Romero dirty on that one. Such a good servant to this club, called upon whenever asked, didn't kick up a fuss, professional as they come, saved us, 1 trophies winner with us, never really put a foot wrong. I could think of about 1 error, maybe 2, that he made in his entire time. I mean, De Gea, you can think of that in 1 match last season. So Sergio Romero's always solid as a rock for us. We did him dirty, and I just wanted to tell you that, because if you didn't know, Everton had a bid, £2 million loan fee for the season and cover all of his wages, and United said no. It's also been reported there's some stuff about Juan Mata right now. Juan Mata does not want to leave United. This is what his father, an agent, told Arab leaders who contacted him. After a first offer of 16 million euros, they increased their offer to 20 million euros, but the response from Mata and his agents remained the same. So I don't really know what this is all about, but it seems like somebody was maybe interested in signing Mata, but I don't really know. He loves United. Mata loves Manchester United. And yes, it's also reported that United have put a mechanism in place to sign Rennes Eduardo Camavinga if Paul Pogba leaves the club. United are posing a great threat to Real Madrid for the 17-year-old's signature. Juan Mata's father is confident that United would release Mata on a freedom of contract. Pretty interesting. That was from the Transfer Podcast today. Also, Antonio Picassi, who's at Atalanta's president. Obviously, United did some dealings for Armand Traoré Diallo. We signed him. He's coming in January. Big money for a young lad. He's come out and said the negotiation, this is a direct quote from him today, the negotiations for Armand Diallo lasted almost a year. And you can feel how they, MUFC, work. How they manage enormous dimensions. So, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, yeah, okay, it takes a lot of time and stuff when you're talking about dealing with huge amounts of money and sums of money and all this stuff. But he said that the negotiations for Armand Diallo, this isn't negotiation for Sancho or Ronaldo or anything like that. This is negotiations for Armand Diallo. They lasted almost a year. It doesn't surprise me. Our board are absolute scum. I'm sorry, they are. They just operate in such a completely gastastic way. They're a complete joke. Hey, you know what? There's over 300 of you guys tuning in for this live stream right now. Great to have you on board this evening. Let's see if we can smash 200 likes on the live stream. That would be epic. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do leave that thumbs up on it. That'll make a big difference. I want to shout out everyone who's in here. Katie Coveney. Shout out to Peter as well. Becky Hope. Talk MU. The Vutinator. Steve FC. Illy United. Lucy Galbraith. Talk MU. Brendan Down. John Schwartz. Adam Partridge. Matry XXX. Flyers Chung. Bob. Becky Hope. VK Dean. Illy United. Berberspin. Rush Marno. Sejal Gupta. Dan Nake. Sejal Gupta again. Illy United. VKD. Thank you guys for everyone who's getting in here. Smash that thumbs up button. We've got a couple of other things to cover, and then we will get straight back into your comment section for a little bit. So, Salford City owner Paul Scholes has been appointed interim head coach of the League Two club after manager Graham Alexander was sacked. Scholesy's managing Salford City, lads and lasses. What? Get in there, Scholesy. That's awesome. So he had a brief unsuccessful spell in charge of Oldham in 2019. I don't know if any of you remember that. Scholesy did say back in the day as a player, he said he'd love to one day finish his career at Oldham in a playing capacity, he meant. But it was his first managerial career. It didn't really work out too well. But look, Graham Alexander got sacked at Salford, so it's just interesting, isn't it? Because now Scholesy is going to be managing Salford, so that's another manager, another ex-Manchester United class of 92 legend that is going to get into football management. So what do you guys think about that? Yes, Becky Hope, she says, Pig, can you send my love to Mrs. P Cake for me, please?
Hey, Becky.
She's just woken up from a little nap, I think. She's melting.
Love to you, lovely. I hope you're okay.
Aaron Homeyard, the Chinese takeaway was... no, we didn't get one in the end, actually, did we? We got another McDonald's. Terrible. We are awful. Me hate Alexandru Lazar says Glazers out. Spot on. Paulie comments, like and see you later. Thank you so much, Paulie, for getting in here tonight. VK Dean says, to be fair, Armand Traoré is hot property, but a year is piss-taking. Yeah, I get that, There's probably a lot of clubs interested in him. He does seem like a great young talent, and like you say, he's hot property, but a year to sign Armand Traoré Diallo, it's a joke. It just goes to show you how shite our board are. Nicola, what are you doing?
Sorry.
How shite our board are in terms of, in terms of getting deals done quickly and all that kind of stuff. Daniel Lee's comments, hope he does well, Scholesy. Absolutely, good luck to Scholesy. He's obviously a United legend. Jonathan Gallagher says, how was the McDonald's Pig? It was pretty decent, mate. We just got our classic. I just had a double cheeseburger, wrap of the day, and 10 chicken nuggets, my friend. Not that great, to be fair. Pretty gash. Anyway, thank you, Berberspin9. He says, smash a like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Let me just get onto this, guys. I want to cover the rest of the news here quickly, and then we'll get into your comment section. So, Paul Scholes, Salford City manager. Just to keep you the date, Edinson Cavani, Manchester United striker, spoke to Ander Herrera before deadline day signing. So he had a little chat with Ander Herrera, obviously having played with PSG together with him. And he got advice from Ander Herrera, who he lined up alongside with in Paris, and he played a crucial role in his final decision. When asked about his move to Manchester United, Cavani said, "Yes, I spoke with Ander a lot, as well as other teammates like Angel Di Maria." Oh my dear. It was genuinely getting to the last minute and I called Ander to have a chat. I have a lot of admiration for Ander, for the kind of person he is, and I had the feeling that his words were going to help me out by telling me a bit about it, what it was like at United. And so yes, it's true that after I'd finished talking with Ander, we came to an agreement here with the club. I hadn't known Ander for too long, but we formed and enjoyed a close friendship during that time at PSG. And today we're still very good mates. So, you know, pretty cool. He says, when you get the chance to put on the number 7 jersey at Manchester United, which has been worn by some top players who have been legends here in this country and at this club, it really is a nice responsibility to have. He says, I enjoy challenges and I hope that I can do it great justice and leave it in as high regard as the many great players who have worn this shirt before me. So, look, obviously that's a few days ago, those quotes anyway, but I just want to talk about that because fair play to Ander Herrera, obviously said some good things. That maybe tipped Cavani over the edge for wanting to join us. I guess the fact that we're giving him more money than any other bloody team probably has a lot to do with it too. But at least he's saying the right stuff. At least he's not said, oh, I'm just coming for the money. At least he's saying the right stuff. And you can't really deny that Cavani out there on the pitch is a proper tenacious player who gives it 100%. Because if you actually watch him play, I've never looked at Cavani and thought, oh, he's doing a Paul Pogba out there, he's dawdling, or he's not trying 100%. No, he's going like an absolute bat out of hell all the time. So you have to respect Cavani how he plays. I hope he's going to bring that intensity to United, because we need that, and I think he could provide that intensity that we are missing. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that about Ander Herrera, and also in regards to the number 7, he said the right things there, that there's some great legends that have obviously worn this shirt before him, and he wants to leave it in as high a regard and in as higher esteem as possible as when he leaves it as well. So fair play to him. Also, this is a couple of days ago as well, but we haven't done a video about United news for a little while. Marcus Rashford. Come on, my son. Everybody stick a massive love heart in the live chat for Marcus Rashford. He's been given an MBE for services to vulnerable children. So what an absolute star, this guy on the Queen's 2020 birthday honours list. He has been awarded the MBE at 22 years of age for making the government do that whole U-turn on the school meals policy during lockdown, making sure that he fed millions of impoverished children up and down the country. So to be fair, Marcus Rashford is what we would call in the industry an absolute stand-up guy, a proper gent. This is a statement that Marcus Rashford said. He says, I'm incredibly honoured and humbled as a young black man from Wythenshawe. Never did I think I would be accepting an MBE, never mind an MBE at the age of 22. This is a very special moment for myself and my family, but particularly my mum, who is the real deserving recipient of this honour. The fight to protect our most vulnerable children is far from over. I would be doing my community and the families I have met and spoken with an injustice if I didn't use this opportunity to respectfully urge the Prime Minister, who recommended me for this honour, to support our children during the October half-term with an extension of the voucher scheme. So he's still at it, this guy. As the furlough scheme comes to an end and we face increased unemployment, another sticking plaster, but one that will give the parents of millions of children in the UK just one less thing to worry about. Let's stand together in saying that no children in the UK should be going to bed hungry. As I've said many times before, no matter your feeling or opinion, not having access to food is never the chance for. I mean, this guy's just an absolute legend. What an honest, humble, lovely bloke, 22 years of age. I mean, crikey. Talk about using your platform for good, you know. Talk about doing stuff in a positive light, just for the sake of doing good things. I think Marcus Rashford is a special human being. I love him at this club. I support him at this club. People are getting on Rashford as well, saying that he's shit and he's finished because he's not had a really good 6 months. That guy's class on and off the pitch, and his form will come back into it, I'm sure of that, because he is a great player. And he's still only 22. He's still got so much development to do. And look at that goal he scored the other day. Okay, he's not in good form, but still he pulled off an absolutely unbelievable world-class goal. You know, Bruno fed him through, and he's completely stuck it away with absolute brilliance.
Hey, Foodinator. Hey, VK Dean. Yeah, he's locked me up tonight, VK Dean.
She's locked up. She's in the gimp suit, mate. So, yes, there you go. Thank you, guys. Pogba says Manchester United have not yet held talks with him over extending a contract at Old Trafford. This is a few days ago. I'm sure you guys know about that. I won't get into that. And there you go. Also, in regards to Edinson Cavani, this is ages ago, but it's thought that he's probably not going to play against Newcastle United. I'm sure you all know this because I haven't made a video for a few days about the United news. I just wanted to cover the main talking points there. And of course, Mauricio Pochettino is odds-on favourite to succeed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So that's all the news there, folks. That's all the latest Manchester United news. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And obviously, I'm going to stick around and answer a bunch of your questions now for 10 minutes or so. So get involved in the live chat, everyone. I love hearing from you legends. Brian Quigley says, sounding better tonight, P. Yeah, getting there, mate. Definitely. Not so horsed. Definitely getting there, aren't I? Thank you very much for noticing. Flyers Chung says, I love the Glazers. They are my favourite. Oh, my God. Lucy Galebrave, what's going on? She says, Lucy Galebrave comments, Brendan or another Larson. So, shh. I don't know what that's in reference to. Katie Cavani with that love heart. Daniel Lees with the love heart. Talk MU says, Pig, I know exactly what Marcus is talking about. I had a tough childhood and was hungry a lot of the time. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that, Talk MU. And that's it. There's millions of kids that are in that situation, and they shouldn't be in this day and age. You know, they really shouldn't be. Certainly not. You know, and obviously in third world countries, it's way worse. But certainly in a country like the United Kingdom, there shouldn't be millions of kids going starving up and down the country. So you have to admire what Marcus Rashford has done there. And look, he doesn't have to do that. He can take his millions and he can take his time and he can do whatever he wants with it. You know, Gareth Bale's out there on the golf course. I'm not saying Gareth Bale's a bad human being. I don't know what he does. Maybe he does all these charitable things that we just don't know about. But what Marcus Rashford has done is use his platform in a very positive way, not for any sort I'm sure Marcus Rashford hasn't done this for any sort of PR or anything. It's just something he's passionate about, something that directly affected his family when he was a child, and he knows that he can use his big platform, which is a platform that millions of people would take notice on, for to actually do something. And you know what? To get the government to change their decision, to actually turn around on that whole school meals thing and provide millions of kids with meals for an extra month, just goes to show you what an impact somebody with a platform like that can have if they put it to good use. So to me, Marcus Rashford is an absolute star. He's a gent, and he deserved this MBE. And not many people get an MBE at 22, but he absolutely deserves it. Zarelli comments, AC Milan here. How you doing, Zarelli? Chris Jordan says, do you think we will kick COVID soon? I hope so, Chris Jordan. I really do. I hope we can get fans back in stadiums, and I just hope that people obviously can get over this, and everyone can stop having to lose loved ones and all that sort of stuff that's going on too. Adovitz comments says, if Ollie is sadly sacked, who would you want as manager, Pig? It's a very good question, Adovitz. I mean, if Ollie was sacked, let's see where at the time. You see, I can't really tell you right now because things change pretty quickly in management. I mean, look, I've always thought Carlo Ancelotti's a great coach, and I'm not just saying that because he's at Everton won 4 games. Wherever he's gone, he's been successful. He's managed all the biggest clubs around Europe pretty much. So to me, he would be a contender. Allegri, I think, would be a great shout. I'd rather have Allegri than Pochettino as well. I'd probably even rather have Simeone. At least Simeone's a winner. Now, Simeone's style of football is defensive, and it's not really what United's all about. But at least he's a proven winner. At least we're going to be ridiculously hard to beat with Simeone as coach. So there's a few options already there, right there, that are just better options than Pochettino, in my opinion. Gideon Agge says, will you be watching Tellers tomorrow, Piggy? I might have a quick cheeky little look at it, to be fair. Wahid Hafiz, what's going on, Wahab? He comments, Marcus, good outfield and behind the scenes, but absolutely shit on the field. I disagree with you, Wahab. Look at him last season. He scored 17 league goals. Now, nobody's criticising Tony Martial, really, for last season. They all say that he had a good season. But he only scored 17 league goals as well. The only difference is Tony Martial's 3 years older, and he was playing at number 9, striker position. Yet Rashford scored as many goals as him. So, did Rashford have a good season, or did Tony have a shit season? You can't have both. But I think that he had a good season. Now, the second half of the season was not the best. He had a spinal injury and he was coming back from that. But before that, he was absolutely doing fine, my friends. He was doing brilliant. In fact, the first half of the season, he definitely was our best goal scorer. And he was definitely one of our biggest match winners. People forget that.
Katie got married at the weekend. Katie Cavani, congratulations.
Katie Cavani got married at the weekend. Hey, everybody. Stick a groom and a bride emoji in the live chat for the Cavanis. You legends, guys. Happy wedding. No, not anniversary. Just congratulations on the wedding. Alan T says, Giggs in, Ollie out and Pogba out. Well, what's Giggsy done in the game that really justifies him having a more managerial ability than Solskjaer, though? I understand it, keep it within house, but that's just going from one Solskjaer to another Solskjaer noob, to be fair. Zach E comments, Marcus Rashford First black prime minister. You never know, my friend. I mean, that's it. He's got the right mentality for me. Oh, Michael Jim, I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. He says, I just lost my grandmother. Effing hell. Oh, man, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Everybody, please stick a love heart in there for Mikhail Jum as well. He's a long-time watcher of this channel. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mikhail, my friend. Thoughts are with you and the family, dude.
Sorry to hear that, Monty.
Sickle Me comments, Nag Giggs would probably go by the Welsh national team. You get Gareth Bale. Daniel Lee says, we need fight and passion from the players in games, but put games away. Fully agree with that one. Becky Hope comments, Tubbs, please don't keep repeating the same question and over. Don't spam, please. Good shout. Jutaru Kuju, what's going on? Look at that. Lots of love hearts coming in there for you, Mikhail. And lots of bride and grooms coming in there for the Cavanies as well. Shout out to you guys. Nice one. Kyron Kennedy, how are you? Cress Welsing, what's going on? He says, yeah, we do know that. Pretty disgusting personal stuff off the field. Yeah, fair enough, Cress Welsing. Yeah, it's part of life. It is part of his story. So, although it's got nothing to do with on the field stuff or whether or not he could be a good manager, actually, when you are talking about being appointed in a role of such great prestige where you're almost an ambassador or you're the face of a club, it kind of, your personal life definitely does become a factor. So even though Giggs to me is one of the greatest United players to ever put on the shirt and a hero of mine from a child, you have to understand that from a manager point of view, is he really the best man to be a manager? I'm not sure. It's kind of like that whole Alan Pardew situation. Wasn't Alan Pardew like shagging one of his players' wives while they were at training or something once? You know what I mean? I mean, maybe I'm just putting something out there but I'm pretty sure that happened. Don Piglione is this kind of character, but we don't want the United manager being like that, really. Shastad says, I'm actually going to test for COVID tomorrow. Wish me luck, big dude. Good luck, Shastad, man. Matthew Adetateo says, is there a FIFA stream tonight? I'm not 100% sure yet, Matthew. Maybe. If so, take a look at around about midnight. Black Spine comments, only Shearer can equal Giggs' greatness in the Premier League. Well, I mean, I think he can't equal Giggs' greatness, really. Okay, Shearer does have the most goals, but he doesn't have anywhere near the Premier League winners' medals or the accolades that Ryan Giggs has, really. I mean, Giggs has got 13 Premier Leagues. Shearer's got, one? With Blackburn? So, look, I don't think you can even compare them. Shearer's obviously the greatest goal scorer in the Premier League history, really, because he's got the most goals. You can't debate that. But in terms of actual who's got the most decorated or the best player, longevity-wise, Giggsy's got to be up there. Hey, thank you, Matty Rush. By the way, guys, we're nearly at 200 likes, so if you haven't smashed that thumbs up button yet, please do leave a cheeky little like on the video. That would be excellent of you. Smash that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can smash 200 before the end of the stream. And get your comments in. I'll answer a bunch of them quickly before we wrap this bad boy up. Try to keep them less than 90 minutes these days, the length of a football match. So we're coming up to that. Ilionitis is Don Piglione's Bambinos Sicilianos Mafiosos. Absolutely, United. Well, hopefully we'll be back later. Dan Lake says, do you not get hot in that hat, Pig? I do sometimes, mate. It's pretty cold, though, in this room right now. It's October in England now. It's getting a bit chilly. I don't really have the heating on until, December. Anyway, dude, I'm gangster. Alan T says, I don't think it matters who comes in until they get rid of the Glazers. Will always be the same. Absolutely. They're always going to have that shackling hindrance of having the Glazers to go through when it comes to signing players and just the general management of this club from the top. Becky Hope says, bring back David Gill, I say. If only we could. If only we could. There was no issues with him at the football club, was there? Him and Sir Alex, they used to do some brilliant things for this football club. O'Kale Green says, offer Pogba to clubs January and sign up a Meccano if he gets sold. Totally agree with you, O'Kale Green. That's who we need. That would benefit us more. Rather than have a lacklustre Paul Pogba stinking up the centre of the park with his lacklustre displays each week, what we can actually do if it's a really great young centre-back who's only getting better. So I agree, even if it was a straight swap, I'd do the deal. Reese, how's it going? One of the Legendary channel members here says, the legend that is the Flying Pig. Right back at you, Reese. Thank you so much for stopping in and getting in here. FC United Forever says, bad boys for life, we ain't going nowhere. The Vutinator says, StreamYard, Piggy. What do you mean, Vutinator, about StreamYard, bud? I'm not on StreamYard right now. No, I'm using OBS Studio. Vincent Bullock says, Alan Shearer has been at more clubs than Giggs. That's true, yeah. I mean, that's true, but that doesn't make him a better player. And realistically, he went to the wrong club, didn't he? He should have come to United. He definitely should have come to United, but he went to Newcastle. Fair play, it's his home club or whatever. Francois Conk says, do you think Bruno can play on the right wing? I wouldn't like to see him there. I think he can play anywhere. He's a good player, but I just wouldn't like. I'd like to see him at CAM through the middle. I think he's best there, influence and play, getting a lot of the ball and creating things for his teammates. Tommy Kidd 89, he says, Flying Pig next manager. Thank you, Tommy Kidd. Matthew Alateo says, hi, Mrs. P. I hope you're doing good today. Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, would you take Varane for Pogba? I mean, potentially, yeah. I mean, the last game I watched of Raphael Varane, though, he made 2 absolute Phil Jones-esque howlers. So it does happen to the best of them. But yeah, I do think he's a great player. But the last game I watched Varane, he made 2 absolute howlers, man. Fergie's son says, Mrs. P's the wind beneath Flying Pig's wings.
Oh, that's nice, Fergie's son. I'm not so sure Mr. P would agree. What would you say?
No. Ellie says, hi, was going to nap, ended up watching the Ginger Dead Man with Dan. Thought it may be good for a laugh, but it was shocking. It sounds pretty gash, to be honest, Ellie. The Ginger Dead Man. What's that about? Some gingerbread zombie comes back slashing people up or something?
What am I then if I'm not the wind beneath your wings?
You're the parachute on me. You saved me when I'm falling out the plane.
Oh,
That's good.
That's still nice.
Yeah, that's good. I was going to say the lead weight then, but then I changed it to parachute. Anyway, Jason Ewing says, good evening, Mr. Pig. Good, just as well I did. I'm good, Jason Ewing. How are you doing? Honey Badger. Hello, Honey Badger says, remember Keno bouncing the ball offshore at Shearer's head? I do, mate. I do, but he got sent off, didn't he? He got sent off. Lucy Galbraith says, United to finish 3rd and win a cup. We will turn this around. Yeah, I hope you're right, Lucy. Sam Lane, what's going on? He says, I am sorry, Martial isn't playing against my team, Chelsea. That would be real game. Aaron Homeyard in the house says, tasty, juicy fried chicken. Rushmano says, hey, Ellie. Hope you're all good, Ellie, this evening. How are you? Feeling any better? Black Pine says, you don't need a parachute if you can fly. That's so true, Black Pine. There you go. I am the flying pig. Young Wizard says, Varane is finished at the top level. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's definitely, I'd rather, like, there was some options. Koulibaly is a good option, but I'd rather Upamecano because he's younger and he's almost that level already. And he's only getting better. He's 21, so something like that would be perfect for us. It fits into what we're trying to do. Shireen Simmons says, I just joined. Nice one, Shireen. Thank you for getting in it. If you're just joining this live stream, smash the like on the video, lads and lasses. Leave the thumbs up on the vid. That'll help us immensely. Let's see if we can smash 200 likes on the video. That'd be sick. Ellie says, still ill, Nicola, but I hope you're okay. Mrs. P. Cake Battle. Yeah, she's replied. Yeah, how are you doing, Paul Van der Baker? You all good? Jason Ewing says, why has Mr. P got 5 dislikes? Mr. P is awesome. Dude, there's always going to be people out there that don't like people. That's just how it is. 5 dislikes is actually very low compared to the ratio of people that have actually liked it. It's almost 200 people have liked it and only 5 dislikes. They're probably, some of them are rival channels. Some of them are Leeds fans. Some of them are Scousers. And some of them are just complete meltbags. But all the people that smashed the like on the video, thank you so much for your positivity. Thank you for hitting that like. All the more reason to smash the like.
I think a couple of those have come from those mean comments about me with the...
Slick MC says, do you think United will beat Newcastle over the weekend? I do, mate. I do. I think we're going to beat Newcastle. It's going to be a tough game. We looked at the form going into it. I think they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 1. So they're actually doing all right, Newcastle, at the moment. United have to beat them, though. We've got to get the 3 points against them, as we've got some very, very tough games coming up. Hey, Alkan Mahmood. What's going on, Alkan? Thank you for stopping by. Lucy Galbraith says, FIFA tonight, Pig. Guys, let's have a little vote. Do you want me to play FIFA? Yeah, boy says, no FIFA tonight, bud. Well, smash a 1 in the live chat if you want me to play FIFA tonight. I mean, the fact is, I am buckling a little bit tonight. But I might do FIFA. I don't really know, guys. You're gonna have to just bear with me. But come back just after 12 o'clock tonight. You never know, there might be some FIFA. Jarvis Cocker says no. Cristiano Daniel, how you doing, Cristiano? He says yes, 1. Rattler Gamer says yes. Katie Coveney says no. Ivona Koval says no. Scott Gator, Matthew Adateo, Gideon Agay, they all say yes. Adam Forbes says yes.
Hey, Asanek.
Katie Coveney says, wait, I lied, 1. Asanakta, hey, Hoodstar as well. Lucy Galbraith, Talk MU, yeah, boy. Daniel L with the super chat.
Luciano.
Is that Daniel Luciano?
Yeah.
Daniel L?
Yeah.
No, but up there a minute ago, it said Daniel Luciano.
I'm
No.
100% sure.
Well, I just replied to... Oh, no, sorry. You're right. That must be Daniel Luciano, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting you mixed up. Anyway, Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, hi, legend, plus the wonderful Mrs. P. Hope you're well.
How's you, Daniel Luciano?
So very kind of you there. Fergie's son says, love you, Sir Pig. Watch you beat Chelsea whilst at work last night. Dude, thank you so much. What an epic game that was. We smashed them up 7-3 after being 3-1 down. Get in there. Salim Bacon, what's going down? The Big Fish, Jimmy Sosa, Disco Dave with the wands, Callum Chapman, Aaron Homeyard, Shireen Simon says, yes, I might do it, guys. Look, you're going to have to give me a little bit of I don't know. Zerelli says, is the name Flying Pig some kind of fat joke or something? Kind of, yeah. Kind of. It was just a nickname I got when I was a youth goalkeeper. And obviously I was quite agile, I was a good goalkeeper, but I was also a bit porky. So yeah, I think it is Zerelli, to be fair. And I don't know why I named this channel this name. I should probably change it. Leo says, I think Tellers will score against Newcastle. Yeah, that would be sick. Alcam Mamute says, do you have a pet? Yes, I do. She's called Nicolini. And I keep her in a box and I feed her twice a day. On good old English sausages. Sorry. It's a joke. But no, I don't have any pets actually. And sadly, I don't. I used to have a cat. Used to have a dog. Sadly, they all passed away, guys. Well, I don't have any at the moment. I would love to get another animal.
You're not gonna have this pet much longer.
Fergie's son says that Bruno chip shot was fire. Dude, that was pure mangasm, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. Honey Badger says husky pig, not porky. There you go, exactly. We're husky. Ellie says that's crap, Becky. Are you going to have another op? Young Wizard says we love Flying Pigs. Thank you, Young Wizard. Right back at you, Young Wizard. The Big Fish says you can't change the name. Flying Pig is the... I can't really change it now. No, you're right. Eric Gian says, is Ollie sacked? No, Ollie's not sacked. Ollie's not sacked at all. He's not sacked. And hopefully he doesn't get sacked anytime soon. Vincent Bennett says, I thought you were going to say under the stairs, you keeper.
He keeps me anywhere he can.
That's one of the other mistresses I keep down there, actually, Vincent Bullock.
Oh my goodness, you absolutely...
Daniel L comments, yes, it's Luciano. Doing great. Appreciate you both. Thank you so much for that, Daniel Luciano, you legend.
Luciano.
He's dropped the Uciano. Now he's just Mr. L. I like it.
Oh, sorry, I've got Daniel L. Legend.
Honey Badger says pig over De Gea. Thank you very, very much. Scott Kent says maybe Bruce can play in the defence just for 90 minutes against Newcastle. How much we could do with Stevie Bruce. Man, definitely. We could go back and get Bruce and Pally. Oh, we'd be all right. I tell you, we'd be all right. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher says this channel is very good. Thank you for that. Fergie's son says English sausages. Ellie says Flying Pig United is an original name. It's true, yeah. No, I'm not going to change it. It's too late to change it now. I couldn't change it now, but I do think kind of like, what does it even mean? People just don't even know what it means. Hey, Batams. Thank you, Batams, for getting in. Says, I've got to go, guys. It's 6-1. Oh, I see what you did there. Batams. Anyway, fair enough. Wahib Hafiz, Francois Cox says we can buy Varane and Upper McCullough. Well, that's what we should do, something like that. We should have made some strides in the window, but we haven't done.
Alcon Mamute says, please give a shout out to my wife Dilber. We are 3 weeks away from baby.
Hey, Alcon Mamute, everybody stick a baby emoji in the live chat for Alcon Mamute, one of the long-time viewers of this channel. Shout out to you, Alcon. And shout out to Dilber Mamute as well, your wife. Good luck with the what's it called? Delivery? Yeah. Good luck with the labour. Yeah, good luck with the baby coming. And thank you so much for getting in here and letting us know. Hey, Pedram Perim Gomi, what's going on? Says, hey, Pig, there is an interview with Romano. It seems they highly rate our Ahmad Traore, and Atalanta seems to have an outstanding academy. I'm cautiously optimistic we have recruited some talent. Hey, man, if you look at some of the videos of him, he looks absolutely unbelievable. Now, we've only got really youth games up against other youth players to go base this on, and a couple of senior games, or one against Udinese where he came on and scored, which looks really good. He looks great, but it's whether or not he can do it for us immediately, which we need, really. Thank you, though. Coochie says, best channel. Thank you, Coochie.
Daniel Luciano, he's changed it back.
Oh, he's changed it back. Daniel Luciano, thank you for the super chat again. He says, Giselle made dinner, gotta run. But can you check out the East Coast stand later, brother? And I made rough draft video on YouTube. Perfectly fine if not. Absolutely, dude. That's your name of your channel, is it, dude? The East Coast Stand. That's not some United Stand type crap, is it? I'm just joking, mate. The East Coast Stand. I'll check it out, dude. There you go. Thank you so much for that, Daniel Luciano. Katie Coveney, Ellie, Fergie's son. What's Mrs. P's channel? So if you want to check out Mrs. P's channel, it's called Mrs. P Cake Bandit. Mrs. P Cake Bandit. That's C-A-K-E for cake. Mrs. P Cake Bandit. That's Bandit for bandit.
I should change it to Flying Pig's Pet.
Yeah, that's right. Flying Gimp United.
No.
Shireen Simmons, the Vutinator, Italy United, Blacks Pine, Rushmano, you legend. Mrs. P, Flyers Young, Debbie Elder, Callum Chapman. He says, do you reckon if I watch your stream tonight and have a bit of coffee, it will keep me up at school? Possibly, Callum Chapman. I don't know. You should probably not. Yeah, you should probably go to sleep, Callum. But actually, I don't know if the stream's going to be on tonight, everyone. But give me a little bit of time. It's not actually that far away until we need to start it. So I'll consider it. My voice isn't doing too bad. We'll consider it, guys. We will consider it. But I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that's got in here tonight. If I haven't responded to you, understand that I would love to respond to you all. Saint Fusion, what's going on? He says, hi, Pig, hope all is well. Just coming to say sorry if I'm making you repeat yourself, but when may Poch come in? Plus, am I right in hearing some rumours of Giggs maybe taking the United job? I'll just answer your question quick, Saint Fusion. So, to be honest with you, the Pochettino stuff, he's favourite to take the job at the moment. I personally don't think that it's going to be anytime soon, but let's face it, if Solskjaer stinks up United the next 2 months, he's probably going to get sacked, and Pochettino will more likely come in. There is some rumours of Giggsy coming in, but I can't really see that makes any more sense than sticking with Solskjaer to me. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense at all, personally. But thank you for asking, Saint Fusion. I hope you're good. Dan Lake, you're a legend too. Asan Akhtar, Ellie, Aaron Homeyard, Rushmano. Thank you. He says, smash a like for the pig. Yeah, before you leave, smash that thumbs up on the video. Give it a little like. That'll help boost us up there. And subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel also, everybody. Batam says, I tuned in because I saw how funny you were on someone else's video. Oh, what video was that, dude? Italy United, Aaron Homeland says, good stream, Mr. P. Thank you. Daniel Luciano with another super chat here. Thank you, Daniel. He says, haha, I was scared of that. No relation to the United stand. We'll check back in after dinner. Giselle says hi. Shout out to Giselle as well. What a lovely name. What a lovely name. And thank you very much for that, Daniel. That's so kind of you. And I'm glad it's not anything related to that. But even if it is, each to their own, whatever. But but yeah, East Coast stand. I would definitely check it out, guys. Thank you very much. The Jonathan Gallagher says, what a show, Pig. High Times is in the house at the end here. How's it going, High Times? He says, you streaming FIFA tonight? I'm not 100% sure again. I'm not going to lie. Just watch this space. Watch this space. We shall see. Honey Badger, have a great one. Saint Fusion, Daniel Luciano, Jonathan Gallagher, Fiona Davies, Rushmano, Pralada Prendash, you legend, says, rumours are Ollie stay in some kind of management, but Poch as main manager. That would be filth. I don't want to even think about Poch as the manager. He's not the man for me. Fergie's son says, she is beautiful, Mr. Pig. Wow, thank you, Fergie's son. She is indeed. High Time says, hey, everyone. Batam says, Poch in or Ollie in? Ollie in for me. Hashtag Ollie in. Everybody smash hashtag Ollie in the live chat to finish on. Ryan Burberspin 9, the Vutinator, Disco Dave, Miguel Rios. He says, this channel is growing. Happy to be in the process. You legend, Miguel. Great to have you aboard, man. Thanks for watching all these vids. Young Wizard, Mrs. P, Cake Bandit, Italy United, Dan Lake, Paul Vanderbeek. Yes, man. The Vutinator, Johnny Gallagher, Cristiano Daniel, Hood Star, Daniel Luciano, Katie Coveney as well. Francois Cock, Matthew Adateo, Scott Gator, Disco Dave, Dow76, Michael Hersford, Adovitz, Jazzman.
Scott Kenson, here's a message for you, Nicola. Get Pigster to buy you a puppy and you call him Cakey or something else. Oh, that's so cute.
A little puppy called Cakey. That's a good idea. A little pug.
Yeah, called Cakey. Oh,
Aaron Homeyard, thank you for the Ollie in. Francois Cock, Rattler Gamer, Paul Vanderbeek, Vincent Bullock says the Vincent in. Vutinator, Italy United, Asan Akhtar, Ken Amoa. Oh, okay, fair enough, Ken Amoa says, just saw your video on another channel, not a United Tottenham kind, but you were fucking hilarious when Tottenham beat you. Okay then, fair play to you. I think I know what you're talking about now, actually. Thank you very, very much for that. Charlene Simmons, Fergie's son, Katie Coveney, Johnny Gallagher, Motivation Planet. Allegri would be a decent shout, actually, Callum Chapman, Ivano Kofor says, Ollie in, nice one, the Vutinator. Seaborn Gracias, you have a great evening, you legend. One of the channel members getting in here. Just the end said, hashtag Ollie in, I love to hear it. Young Wizard, Dan Lake, Asalacta. Okay then, guys.
Katie Coveney, you look beautiful in your picture with your wedding day picture.
Oh, she got the... Oh, fantastic. Shout out and congratulations to the Coveneys. Congratulations to everybody for watching this stream as well, because that means you're probably a legend. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button on it, lads and lasses, if you have not done so already. That'll help us boost up there. And also, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and get involved with what we are trying to do on this channel. You bunch of legends. Actually, I'm going to... Oh, shit. I just remembered I didn't update the end credits on this particular... Let me do it now. Okay, guys, so we're going to end. There's going to be about a 30 30 seconds of melting, and then I will show you the video of the end credits to say thank you to all the legends that support this channel. Dominic Rastafari as well, Ryan Thatcher, Scott Kent, Burberspin9, Daniel Luciano, Peter Coveney, Rushmano, Wahib Hafiz, Katie Coveney, Mrs. P and Scott Kent. Have a great day, everyone. This is the Pig. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching, and take it easy. Ollie in!
Daniel Luciano says, thank you, Mrs. PK. I'm back. Fish took longer to cook than she thought. Oh, it's great to have you back again. I think Mr. P's heading off now. Or is it you stopped the stream?
No, I'm still on the stream, but I doubt anybody can hear you. I don't know. All right, anyway, this is the Patreon credits to say thank you so much to everybody that supports this stream on Patreon or by being a channel member on the YouTube channel. Tier 2 channel members and above appear on this list also, just for a little bit of exclusivity, really. And also Patreons appear on this list too. I just want to say thank you to every single one of the legends that supports this show in that way. The best way you can support this show is literally just to watch and like the videos and share them around and interact. But still, though, I have to say a massive thanks to everyone that does support us on Patreon or also by being a channel member. And like I say, all the tier 2 channel members and above appear on this list on YouTube. So all these guys, massive thank you to all the names that are rolling down the screen right now. Big love to every single one of you guys. And just thank you for supporting and believing in this show, everyone. And thank you so much for watching. Come back in a few minutes and have your say on any of the topics we discussed tonight in the not live comments, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, thank you so much to you all for watching, and have a bloody great evening. Smash that like, subscribe if you're new. All these legends, there's probably 1 or 2 more to add to this list too as well. But big special thanks to all these Patreon and Tier 2 channel member legends and above. Motivation Planet, Mrs. P, Fergie's son, Scott Kent, The Foodinator, In United, every single one of you. Stay classy, this is the Pig. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. And come on, United. Mrs. P?
Legends, take care, have a nice evening, and enjoy your dinner, Daniel Luciano.
And keep a lookout for FIFA later. I don't know if it is coming, but it might be. It also might not be. Don't get your hopes up. Bye, guys!